Hello, I welcome to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of Shantha Lakshmi IAS Academy, where we will discuss the daily prelims MCQs from the Hindu, Indian Express and PIB. Let's begin. The first question. Consider the following statements with respect to the radiocarbon dating. It is a scientific method that can accurately determine the age of organic materials. Atoms with the different number of protons but same number of neutrons are called isotopes. Which of the statements given above are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, none. The technique called radiocarbon dating brought the first verifiable way to do this many fields of science, transforming them and our world is a significant degree. About radiocarbon dating, the radiocarbon dating, also known as the carbon-14 dating, is a scientific method that can accurately determine the age of organic materials. How does carbon-14 form? It is created in the Earth atmosphere when cosmic rays, energetic streams of changed particles coming from sources in the outer space, slam into the atoms of the gases and releases neutrons. This then enter the bodies of the plants via photosynthesis, animals when they consume the plants, and other biomass through the carbon cycle. It is in the form of carbon dioxide and other carbon compounds would have to be able to diffuse into the Earth various ecosystems, such as the concentration of the carbon-14 in the atmosphere was comparable to the concentration of the carbon-14 in the planets of other biospheres. How does radiocarbon dating work? When an organic entity like the human body is alive, it constantly exchanges the carbon with its surroundings by breathing, consuming food, defecating, and shedding skin, etc. When this individual dies, the body no longer performs these activities and the concentration of the carbon-14 in the body begins to dwindle through the radioactivity decay. The more time passes, the more the amount of carbon-14 lost and the less there will be remain. This decay rate can be predicted from the theory. The radiocarbon dating dates an objective by measuring the amount of carbon-14 left, which scientists or the computers can use the calculating how long ago the body expired. So the answer is both 1 and 2. Moving to the next question. Which of the following statements with respect to Operation Prosperity Guardian? US Defense Secretary announced the creation of Operation Prosperity Guardian to protect Panama Canal. The countries involved in this Operation Prosperity Guardians are UK, Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Seychelles, and Spain are participating. Which of the statements given above are not correct? One only, two only, both one and two, none. Recently, the USA has introduced the Operation Prosperity Guardian, an enhanced naval protection force in the southern Red Sea, to counter the Houthi attacks on merchant shipping under the Combined Task Force of 153. The Combined Maritime Forces is a multi-naval task force with 39 members, including India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, US, and Yemen. The Houthi attacks, initially focused on supporting Hamas in Gaza, have escalated to target the merchant tankers in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. We can find out the location of the Red Sea and Bab el-Mandeb Strait here. And countries involved in this naval exercise: the UK, Bahrain, Canada, France, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Seychelles, and Spain are participating. The joint patrols of the exercise were: these nations will conduct the joint patrols in the southern Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden. The significance of the operation is the mainly impact on Suez Canal traffic. About 12% of global shipping trafficking through the Suez Canal is affected by unrest. Rerouting and economic consequence. Shipping firms are diverting routes, leading to increase the cost and delays. So the answer is two only, because this operation for this operation prosperity guardian to protect the Red Sea, not the Panama Canal. Moving to the next question. With reference to excess desert cyclone, consider the following statements. It is the inaugural edition of joint military exercise between India and Saudi Arabia. The exercise aims to enhance the interoperability by learning by sharing best practices in urban operations. It is took place in Rajasthan. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? One, only two, all three, none. The Joint Military Exercise Desert Cyclone 2024 between India and UAE will be held from Jan 2 to Jan 15 Rajasthan. About the exercise Desert Cyclone, it is the inaugural edition of the joint military exercise between India and UAE. The main aim of the exercise is to enhance the interoperability by learning, sharing the best practices in urban operations. This exercise is marking a significant milestone in the strategic partnership. And the key facts of the India and UAE relationship. India and UAE established diplomatic relationships in 1972. And UAE opened embassy in Delhi 1972, where India opened embassy in Abu Dhabi 1973. The first ever India-UAE joint air forces exercise took place in the September 2008 at the Al Dhafra base in Abu Dhabi. India has also been a regular participant at the biennial International Defence Exhibition in the Abu Dhabi. Earlier this year, two ships of the Indian Navy, INS Visakhapatnam and INS Trikant, participated in the bilateral exercise Jayed Talwar with the UAE to enhance the interoperability and synergy between the two navies. So the answer is only two, because it is a joint military exercise between the India and UAE, not the Saudi Arabia. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements about Sigaritis megamalensis. It is the new species of butterfly. It has become the second butterfly species to described from the Western Ghats in 33 years. The researchers had first come across the distinct species belonging to the Sigaritis genus in the high elevation of the Periyar in Idukki in 2018. How many of the above pairs are correctly matched? Only one, only two, all three, none. The pristine hills of the Meghamalai in Tamil Nadu have thrown up by the new species of silver line butterflies. About the Sigaritis megamalayensis, it is a new species of butterfly. It has become the first butterfly species to be described from the Western Ghats in 33 years. And the researchers had first come across the distinct species belonging to the Sigaritis in the high elevation of the Periyar in the Idukki. The further explorations have revealed the species to be confined to the Meghamalais and the adjoining Periyar Tiger Reserve. These butterflies, the discal and the post-discal bands of the forewing undesirable of the adult butterfly are conjoined and the lie parallel from their origin at the costa. The unique feature of the distinguish the new species from the other Sigaritis occur in the peninsular India and Sri Lanka. These are the 7 species of Sigaritis, the Western Ghats, the Volcanas and Chistacia, Isitis, and Seleme Elima, and Lohita, etc., have been reported from the southern Western Ghats. So the answer is only 2, because it has become the first butterfly species to be described from the Western Ghats in 33 years, not the second butterfly. Moving to the next question. The KH-22 supersonic cruise missile is developed by option A, Iran, option B, Israel, option C, Ukraine, option D, Russia. Recently, Ukraine Air Force spokesperson disclosed that the country's air defense units were unable to shot down any of the KH-2 supersonic cruise missiles launched by Russia. About KH-22 missile, it is a Soviet-era long-range airborne supersonic cruise missile armed with a nuclear or a highly explosive fragmenting cumulative warhead. It was initially designed to destroy the air carriers and other large warships or even groups of such carriers. The KH-22 family was developed in the USSR in the 1960s and especially designed to be launched from the Tupolev 2022 bombers. Later, both the missiles and the aircraft were modernized as a part of so-called KH-22 Special Air Force Surface Missile Complex. After the USSR collapsed, quite few of them remained in Ukraine. However, soon after independence in 1991, Ukraine gave up its nuclear and strategic aviation arsenal. In 2000, Ukraine transferred the 386 KH-22 missiles to Russia as an installment against the gas debt. So the answer is D, Russia. Thank you. This is the today's session.